next up, we're going to talk about AI. I know this is like two letters that some people feel, again? And some people feel, again? Nice, we're gonna know some new information. I talked to Alex, the next speaker up on this stage, on backstage, and he said 3 things about himself, or these were the 3 things I figured out. He's a true AI nerd. He even broke up with his girlfriend because of ChatGPT. And he does not like any pineapple on his pizza. But everything else, he's gonna talk you by himself. Alex, come up on here on stage.
All right, mic test, mic test. Buongiorno, good morning, everybody. It's good to be in Estonia. It's the first time in my life. The place is beautiful. I hope you're enjoying Tallinn as much as me. Cool, so we have around 30 minutes together. And I'll try to make this, well, no, it's going to be a quite controversial session. But I think you're going to like it. I'm going to say some things that will upset some of you. Is that okay? Cool. Because actually what I really want to start is with a story from 2022. When 143 people got fired. One of the reasons was automation. You ever heard about this word lately? Automation, AI agents? Yeah, you heard about this a lot, I think. Well, that was basically my department in Berlin. It was December. There were single moms who could not buy gifts for their kids on Christmas. There were dads, I guess, who couldn't put bread on the table for their family. So that was kind of rough. One person, though, got promoted. Could you guess who that person is? He has a big nose and a fixation with golden ties. Yeah, so the story is not actually about me, but I just want you to understand how it feels like to get fired because you're behind times. Because there's good, fast tools out there that people are not leveraging, and then you fall behind. So this was a very bad time in my life, basically, when this happened. I mean, not for me personally, but that specific day, to see those people in the office, like knowing that I got promoted, right? I would get paid more to do my job while all of them got sent home. Yeah, so the talk today is going to be how to put AI to work for you before it's too late. Some of you in the audience are AI enthusiasts. Yes, I heard about those often. Like, I like AI and AI news and stuff like that. I want you to become an AI manager. You should manage AI. You should be winning your time back with this tool. Otherwise, it's useless. If you look at the AI news and you do nothing with it, it's useless to you. And you should be leading the future. I mean, Estonia is a great place for tech. This is what I heard, and it was confirmed for me yesterday when I came here and I listened to the people. I talked with the founder of Skype. Really interesting man. You should lead the future, though, especially if we talk about AI. All right? Is that okay for now? Cool. So basically, what happened is I made that choice to actually leverage all these AI tools because I was doing this stuff previously, not in 2022, but before. And it changed my life for the better. I would have never guessed if you told me in 2022 in December, like, hey, next year you're actually going to be chilling in Thailand eating bugs. And I was like, what? What? You out of your mind? You're going to go see elephants, you're going to go to Singapore, you're going to talk at Cornell Tech to educate entrepreneurs. And I was like, what? You're out of your mind. But it's possible because I managed to win my time back. I don't have to do the 9 to 5. I could do a lot more, a lot easier. You can do too, because I'm going to teach you basically how to do it today. But yeah, that's how things changed in 1 year. Because after they promoted me, I actually left. I did not stay. After like 2-3 months, I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to change things. All right. So some of you might be asking at this point, who the hell is this guy? Who is he? It doesn't really matter who I am. What kind of matters is that I've been doing this stuff since 2019, before it was cool. So when I did my master's thesis on chatbot communication, people did not care about this stuff. Like nobody cared about AI and whatever. But I knew where this was going. And this is why I tried to prepare before. And until now, I've been helping a lot of people around the world to understand these things and basically put AI to work. That's the idea. Okay? Now, let's go back one step and talk about the important things, because majority of you, I have this feeling that you think that AI is this ChatGPT talk, right? You talk to it and it talks back. And it's a nice little chat. We're not there anymore. This is not 2023, the beginning. This is actually, we live in a time where we have these things called AI agents, which are basically AI systems that can do stuff. They can automate part of your work. And I'm going to show you how today, really simple stuff that works. But before, I'm kind of curious to know a bit in the audience, how many of you use AI every day? Raise your hand. Yeah, you should. Smart people. Good. How many of you use more than one chatbot? So I know that all of you try ChatGPT, but how many of you use more than one? Yeah, good. Good. I'm going to teach you how to use 6 of them at the same time, because you should. But this is important to understand, first of all. When we talk about AI, it's not ChatGPT chat. It's actually, these things do stuff for you. And we're going to talk about how we can transform our work with AI, right? So I'm not going to talk, I know I've been on a few stages where there's bigger managers than me, important people talking about innovation, disruption, 2027. I don't do none of that. My clients just pay me to make more money with AI and save time with AI. So this is some things we don't do without AI anymore. Since since last year, basically, for me, my team, the people I work with. And I just want to show you, all right? So you know where we're at. It's not the future, it's actually now, and it's also a past since 1 year ago. Cool. Before I show you those 5 practical workflows that you see here, one of the questions I get often from CEOs and stakeholders, there's a wall of text there. Don't try to read it. I'm going to give you a really quick summary of what they say there. The CEO of you ever heard about Duolingo, right? You know the company, yeah? My mom uses it all the time to learn English, and it's not efficient at all. But what you need to understand from this long, viral, controversial post is they don't hire people anymore. They're saying, we only hire people if you cannot automate the tasks. And I work in this field. I know we can automate a lot of stuff. Now, Duolingo said this. Klarna said this. Shopify said this. And there's hundreds more companies that I talk to. They don't say this on social media. They don't tell it to you. But they all think like this. So it's important for you to know where we're at. That's why I told you in the beginning of our talk today, I'm not going to say things to make you smile. I'm going to say some things to make you smile. But this is stuff that you need to understand and know a bit. At least I try to be practical and grounded, all right? So if you hate me for that, that's fine. But I try to be feet on the ground. So this is when they say AI first. This is what they mean. They want AI to do most of the job. And ideally, what I'm trying to do is get people to be AI enhanced so they don't get fired again like it happened in December. This is my mission. Because that's the thing. I talked with one of my good friends in Belgium last year. He's a pretty big entrepreneur. And since 2020, at the end of 2023, he was telling me, if people don't use AI, I don't hire them anymore. It's such a huge difference. So I knew that this was changing a lot. How the job market works, how people work every day. And I knew we had to do something about this to help the people, basically, Right. So I'm going to show you right now. We're literally going to go into workflows. Some might say this is boring, but again, I tried to make this little 30 minutes they gave me super practical. So it's no theory, just like what we actually do. We're going to also have a bit of Q&A time at the end. But some of you, as I saw, you all raised your hand, so you use it every day. Some of this stuff, you might already know it. That is great. If you don't know it, you can take a photo or ask me questions later or try out the tools. This is super important. This is the difference with hundreds of people I worked with at what actually changes. If you use this stuff or not. Because if you just talk about it, if you read the news, it's useless to you. You're not going to benefit. But if you try it, you're going to see what works and what doesn't. Because this is what helped me in my last 2 years understand and help people. If I knew what tools were good, and because I tried them and I used them and I got results, this is what I could tell my clients to help also them get results. So I simply give you what works for me and other people, all right? Cool. Now, when we talk about web search, right? You go on Google and you look for stuff because you need to find information. We don't do that anymore. You have Perplexity for that. Or even ChatGPT, just go, and instead of consuming ads that you see there, and that I used to build in Berlin, instead of filtering through the jungle of articles out there and blogs, you just ask AI, and it gives you the result, the answer to your question with the sources. I don't spend 1 hour browsing the internet. I get my answers in 5 minutes. This is free to try out. I think some of you already use it. How many of you use Perplexity? Yeah, a good amount. You should, because it's a great tool. Can you confirm it's a good tool? Yeah. You see? Legit. Cool. Definitely try this out to save a lot of your time instead of going on the classic Google search and pray that you got what you need. When we do calls, I get this a lot from teams I work with to help them upskill, right? So I was like, well, I need to create presentations for my clients, slide decks and stuff like that. You think I'm going to go on PowerPoint and waste half of my day with a blank page? I'm going to go with tools like Gamma that you can also try for free if you wanted to. I give it the prompt, I give it some context, and it creates the slides for me like in, 5 minutes? I adjust them in another 10 minutes, and I have my slides. And they look better because I'm a garbage designer, and Gamma knows how to help me with this. So that's the part you see on the left that's actually in real time, that it's building slides for me. Like the whole presentation can be 10 slides, it can be 40 slides. It's pretty nice. It helped me save a lot of time, and they look pretty good. Okay, so definitely check it out if you need to do a lot of presentations and stuff like that. Other question I get is, and I see it all the time when we do task audits for employees, is like they need to do meeting minutes, meeting notes, meeting summaries, actionable key points and stuff like that, right? You think I'm going to just look, like when I talk with my people, right, the people I work with, my business partners on, I'm not going to just look at them and then take notes and then look up and then take notes and write down. Like we don't do that anymore. I literally invite my AI assistants to join the session, and it's going to give me the full transcript with business insights, with actionable next steps, summaries, whatever I might need is there. Like if a client comes back to you in 2 months and it says like, hey, we need to catch up on this because it didn't work, or something like, hey, I have the transcript where we talked 2 months ago. I know we never talked about this, so it's recorded. It's pretty great stuff. Again, all you have to do is try it out. There's multiple ones on the market. There's like Otter, Fireflies, Grain. It's up to you to choose which one you prefer the most, but you should definitely start using these things because they help you remember and use a lot more strategically this information, because then you can take these transcripts, you can put them again into AI and get like project proposals or strategy summaries or stuff like that. So this is how we do calls in a smarter, more AI leveraged way. Is it okay until now? Like, am I speaking too fast? Is it good? You mean thumbs up, thumbs down? All right. Thank you very much. I had too much espresso, so I'm like kind of hyped. So like I'm hoping it's okay. Cool. Next step, when we have documents, because I think a lot of you work with documents, files, PDFs, right? You think I'm going to go through 20 pages of PDF and read it like it's 2015? What? No, we don't do that anymore. I give it to AI, to tools, like free tools, like Notebook LM from Google, and I just talk to it. I ask it questions like, hey, are there legal trouble working with this US client if my company is located in Europe? Is there something I could keep in mind here to give better services to this person? Maybe I missed something, you know, like look at what they're proposing me. Does this make sense based on what we deliver? So you essentially get to talk with your documents. It does a lot more, Notebook LM, but again, my point is just to get you to try these things because they do make a huge difference. And this is how we currently work when we say about AI. Cool. Social media content. How many of you here are founders? A good amount, right? Now, let me ask another question. How many of you leverage social media for your company, for business? Very few of you. You're missing out on money, basically. You're missing out on leverage because you don't make content to attract clients from all around the world, business opportunities, connections. Like that's because of social media. That's how I got to talk in Las Vegas about AI last year. But it takes time to make social media content. And it's challenging sometimes, you know, because you have to put yourself out there. It's embarrassing. You have to practice. And it took way too much of my time in the beginning, I'm not going to lie. So then I developed systems for this. I literally built my agents to write stuff for me on social media, to do the research, check on good content writers and give me inspiration, help me cut my videos, help me create graphic design, like templates and like images for my assets. So you have the tools right there. I'm going to show you, by the way, the tool you see on the left, that fancy little thing. That's no-code agents, basically. You can also build one of these yourselves today if you want to. I'll show you how later. But I want to show you that you should do social media content. There's much easier ways to do it. And it's basically using AI. And you can save a lot of money by implementing these tools and systems. All right? Cool. You don't have to. But I'm just saying it will change your life if you use social media in an active way instead of just being passive consumers. Right. Even when I talk with the AI, like I'm not going to spend 30 minutes writing the prompt, like thinking, oh, what should I write? And because, of course, prompt engineering is super important. Yes, you should give it great instructions if you want great results, for sure. But I don't want to spend half an hour building a prompt, so there's a smarter, better way to do it. You just take the best practices that OpenAI shares, that Anthropic shares, that Google shares, because they give you all this information for free on the internet. You give it to the AI, and you ask it, can you build for me a power prompt to help me with my sales presentation, with my brainstorming session, with whatever you need to do. You just ask the AI to make the prompt for you. So you save time. And then I use this tool called TextBlaze, which is simply keyboard shortcuts. You're seeing on the right how it works. This is pretty great also for customer service, to automate, make your communication much faster, especially repetitive stuff, right? Again, this is free to try out. If you want TextBlaze to try out, I'm not affiliated with any of these tools, by the way. I just tried hundreds of them, and these are the ones that actually work, and they saved me a lot of time. So I give them also to my clients. I'm gonna tell you that. It's okay. Cool. So this is how we now prompt AI. We use AI to generate the prompts. You don't have to start from scratch and waste your time. When I talk with AI every day, right, to get information, to know what should I cook for dinner, how should I talk with my business partners, how should I get more motivated? I don't know, whatever you might need to talk to. There's a lot out there. One of my common questions that I get, from people is like, which one is the best? Is it Claude? Is it Gemini? Is it ChatGPT? And I tell them, well, why don't you try them all at the same time? So there's these tools out there called aggregators. There's multiple ones. There's like Monica, Poe.com, ChatHub that you can try them that essentially allow you to try out all the AIs on the market in one place. So that based on your prompt, you can see which one does the better job. You can compare them. I love this kind of style because very dopamine driven. Some people get overwhelmed by it. You don't have to do it this way, but it's a way to do it, and it's very cost efficient. Because I currently pay for all the AI tools out there, and I spend way too much money on AI stuff. But this costs you I think $18 per month. So it's not even $20 the standard plan of ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude. All right, so this is just one thing to try out. And then we kind of get to the meat of the conversation, which is AI employees. At the end of the day, yes, I'm showing you practical workflows, right, to do your work faster, better, smarter. But the business owners and companies I talk to, they want these ones here that actually do stuff. So whenever I need somebody to manage my emails, I kind of built a little email secretary to check them every hour and tell me what are the opportunities. If I have something interesting that I want to action upon, I just take my phone and I talk with my Telegram AI executive assistant, which I kind of built for myself. Or I use my LinkedIn ghostwriter to write some posts if I'm in a rush. I can build courses with a specific automation. I can help with my invoices, basically. For sales, for outreach, there's different systems to do that. So these are all business problems that I had, that my clients had, and we just build solutions for them. This is not huge enterprise stuff, that you need 100 employees. Any one of you, if you're a single founder, you can just do these to solve your problems. Because this is what I believe. This is how AI should work. It should solve your human problems. All right? So if you're curious about these, again, I share a lot of these for free on the internet, or you can just let me know which one of those might be useful. I have a lot of them, but I wouldn't have all the spaces here on the slides. Cool. Now let's take just a step back and give you something super applicable, super easy to do, which is a prompt. And by the way, this is not even my prompt. This is one of the clients I work with. They were a construction company, and this is a team leader. right? We were talking about prompting and this kind of stuff, and he told me, when I have a problem and I don't know how to fix it, I just put my headphones on, I go on a walk, and I ask ChatGPT to give me 3 different solutions to this problem. And in my mind, I was like, this man is a genius. But you look why. We will understand why. Because a lot of times when we think about prompt engineering, it sounds fancy. But what it is simply human critical thinking skills. Like, for example, managers are really good at this because they know how to communicate with people. That's why they're pretty good with AI when they give instructions. I'm not going to do like a masterclass on prompt engineering today, but you should know it's important, especially if you want to build AI agents, all right? But this one here, this helped me also a lot because the problem is sometimes we as humans are limited. What I mean is we don't know what we don't know, right? The problems that you have daily, you have one way of solving them because based on your experience as a human, because on who you are, you see this problem like, oh, this is how I'd fix it. Could you find 3 different ways to fix it? Maybe, maybe not. And this is why every time I have a significant problem, I ask the AI, give me 3 different ways. How do you see it? Is there a better way to do this? Because it might be. Why would you work in a way that's not efficient, that gives you less leverage, that gives you less results, when if you just ask this prompt to spend, what, 5 seconds to just copy, paste, and give it, and say like, hey, this is my problem, give me 3 different ways to fix it. Even now, if you want, you can try it. If you have a specific problem, you know, if you argue with your girlfriend and you want to make peace, or like you have a business situation that you would like to close for sales, I don't know, just ask it, what are 3 different ways to figure this out? And you see what you get. I mean, if it's bad, you can just ignore it. But what if it's good? What if it's actually like a genius way to solve your problem that you haven't thought about it because your mind is limited, because you're busy with stress, with family, with a lot of stuff that you have to do in your daily life, you know? So definitely just try this out. It helped me a lot to get out of my limited mindset. Cool. Is it clear until now? We're good? All right. Try to keep it like simple, practical, so you can try all this stuff. So how would we do it? How do we try it? Because when I give all these tools, in my previous presentations, they even used to be a lot longer, and I would show them 20 workflows, and it would be a disaster. Because like nobody would try. They would love it, and then nobody would actually take action. So now the best way that we got results from this, on like engagement and metrics and stuff like that, just try out, maybe write down somewhere, put it on your to-do list to do 1 AI experiment this week. Just one AI experiment where you figure out one of the issues you had, or maybe you got inspiration from these tools here, and you're going to say, I want to try to AI it, you know. I want to see what tool could be useful for me here, at least to try out to see, can this be done by AI, or should I keep it manual? Maybe I'm needed for this, you know, human input 100%. But start doing this, because this is how you get results that they compound, you know, in the long term. Because by doing one task, and then another, at the end, you get to eat bugs in Thailand. No, I'm just joking. But like, you get to travel a lot more. You get to win your time back. You know, instead of spending another 2 hours on Excel sheets at like Friday, 7 p.m., you get to have dinner with your daughter maybe. Or you go to the park with your husband. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Which is a better way to spend human time, in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, I want AI to serve humans. This is what I've been talking about for many years. And the second step to this, once you wrote down the one thing you want to experiment with AI, is just share it with a human. Because whenever you are left in the void by yourself, you know, you wrote it and then you're going to forget about it because you have a busy day, I know that. So just tell it to a friend, tell it to your family, tell it to somebody in the audience maybe next to you. It's an opportunity to connect. You're like, hey, I want to automate my outreach for LinkedIn. I don't know, whatever it is. It can be anything you have like now a topic to talk about, the person next to you. This is kind of how we do in Italy to connect with people. So try it out, you know, see what happens. And yeah, feel free to share it, or you can even like contact me if you want on LinkedIn or something like, hey, Alex, I would want to try this week and see what happens, just to keep you a little bit accountable, you know. Because when you share it with a friend, they're like, hey, how did that go? Did you got some results? I'm like, oh, okay, let me do it actually. No, I said it, but I'm actually also going to do it. So this is kind of how we got better results, to get people to try this stuff and start feeling the difference, how AI can impact their work. And I think that's it. That's all I had for today. Well, there's actually a lot more, but as I said, I don't have the time for this. But what I'm offering you is basically you can get the slides if you want to, and you can just bookmark this link. So it's like there's more information. It's very practical. So you have like the links with all the tools there. You can just, you know, try them out. Real simple. I also had there like some chat examples, all of this. which I think could be useful. You have my contacts if you want to talk about this stuff, so you can actually, put it to work for you. This is what I tell people. Like, I'm giving you the opportunity to get as much impact as you can today on your specific life, as a single individual, not as the enterprise, not as future strategy or whatever. Actually do it today, to make a positive impact. If you want to talk more about it, you can also call me. I'll be in Tallinn for 2 more days. If you know a good place to grab espresso, please let me know. I would love to find it. And then I will go to Vegas. You can also find me there. If you want to gamble and lose money, you can find me in Vegas, where we also talk about AI. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much, as I said, you would also have, like, if you get this presentation, it's basically just a slides link. It's nothing too fancy. You don't have to give any email, no, nothing. And I put here some mistakes that people make, some calculation. Oh, I broke it. Oh, no, I went too far. No, wait. All right, let's see. My bad. If I was a robot, I would have not made this mistake. But yeah, this is how it looks like. Cool. And I think we have just enough time, 5 minutes, for some questions. I would love to actually talk with the humans in the audience. I talked for 25 minutes straight. Do we have some water here? Oh, yes, we do. Cool. Who wants to ask questions, or are we going to take questions from the app? What?
All right, humans, let's ask some questions. We have here one through the Votoma app, and it's Tanel asked, how to get over the AI stigma? Some people are like lurking around the internet like they are AI detectives, like you are using M-dash and they're like, no, this is written by AI. So how do you get over the stigma?
Yeah, you fix your prompts. Like when there is the M-dash there, that some of you have heard this long line, that is usually AI slop. That's what we call this, like when somebody did lazy copy-paste with AI, that is called AI slop. You didn't put any effort into making that content valuable. Just copy-paste it, and don't do that. That is wrong. That will destroy your brand. Please don't do it. Just put better prompts, like tell it, never use the M-dash. Put a little bit of effort to adjust those to see if that text is actually decent, This is how you're useful to people, and you use AI to make your task, your objective, just a bit smarter. And for the stigma in general, right, when people tell you, hey, you're using AI, you're cheating, yeah, it is cheating, but it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, we live in modern times, right? If you wanted to, you can also send me messages with pigeons, as they did it 100 years. You could do it if you wanted to, and I would love to receive pigeons, but I think you're smart, and you're going to send me emails, because we work in smarter times. And when I talk with CEOs and stakeholders, they want to use AI. They don't care that it's cheating or whatever. Everybody wants this. I know they don't tell it to you, but they do.
Yeah, we have quite many questions about environmental issues as well. Like you showed us, I couldn't count, but I think it was more than 40 different tools and several automations. What about the CO2? What's your feeling around it?
It's a bit of a problem, yeah. I remember when they used, because the problem with AI is it consumes water to run it, but not just any water, it consumes our drinkable water. So I think there were even like some revolts in Peru or somewhere regarding this, because there was like a time of drought and they used the AI, they used the water for like AI data centers. It's a problem, we should fix it. If somebody works in environmental stuff, feel free to contact me and teach me how to do these things better. Or like I want to be also more knowledgeable in this, because I think it has an impact on the environment, yeah.
Let's talk about vision as well. Sam Altman in his recent interview told that ChatGPT, in his mind, will work as an operating system that has all the books you have read, all the information about you. What do you see as a bigger vision that's ahead of us?
Yeah, he's right. I mean, nobody wants to prompt ChatGPT. Nobody wants to go in the chat and type stuff the whole day. It's boring and it breaks your back when you sit down. You essentially just want to have like something on your phone where you just can tell it, hey, prepare my reports, contact my supplier, do my homework if you're in school. I don't know, it's up to you. So definitely all the AI companies are rushing in that direction to make those AI avatars, the front end, and make those AI agents in the back end, that they can take action and do stuff. So this is the direction where we're going. So you're all going to have like these AI VAs or like executive assistants that can do stuff for you. That's the future, I think, in the next 3 years.
Okay, 3 years.
Yeah.
You heard it.
It's moving much faster than people anticipate.
There was a bit like a technical question as well. How do you connect different AI systems between themselves?
I forgot to mention this. Great question. I don't know if I still have my slides, or because the tool that I forgot to share with you, basically, the one for the automation is called make.com. You should try it out. A lot of you heard about Zapier as an automation platform, maybe. So make.com is basically a competitor that costs half. And that one allows you to basically connect different softwares together. It's kind of no-code. You don't have to be an expert. They have a lot of templates. They have tutorials on the internet. Definitely, that one would be a great point to start. That's how I also build my AI workers, where I basically connect it. Whenever I receive from X client document, send it to an AI agent, like a ChatGPT or something, read it, and prepare a follow-up for me to understand what are the main key points. So you're basically combining 2-3 different platforms to just send me a little message on Telegram. It's like, hey, John wants to have a call on Tuesday to talk about this. That's great. Make.com is called. It's in the presentation also. Like I'm sharing it, the link to this tool to try out.
Another question. You use many tools yourself and your clients as well. How do you deal with sensitive information?
All the time this question.
All the time the privacy comes up.
Yeah, it does, especially for B2B. There's like a dedicated training that I have on that, basically. Like one thing I can give you really fast, everybody should go inside your ChatGPT app, and there's like in settings, there's like data personalization or something like that, and disable the one that says train on your data. You never wanted to train on your data. Also in the ChatGPT app, you have the option to have private chats, or basically are not being saved in memory, so that's the basics. But for more advanced stuff, you need to have like a model running locally. On your laptop, you need a pretty beefy computer, and you can have this information. It's pretty safe. Like I use this for myself to have like an AI teach me how to steal cars in 8 bullet points, because you can also have like uncensored, and that's crazy stuff.
There were so many more questions, but we are running out of time. There are some other discussions coming up. Thank you so much.
I'll be around here. Just ask me questions.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Don't
everybody.
go too far.